Hello, killer whale. I'm trying the Streamlabs for the first time like this, so bear with me. Let's see here. What's up, Mary? How's it going, hon? Go in my room in here, get some better lighting. I'm actually going live from my phone for the first time using this Streamlabs app, and I'm trying to learn it as we go. Sorry about that. I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. There is my brother Iron Dog Reptiles. What's up? I'm upside down. Let me flip you back over. Is that better? Hope y'all can see the corn snake enclosure here. Of course, his light's off, but pretty cool. Also, my big carpet python. He's an explorer, that's for sure. You like me being upside down, is that it? Mary Killer Whale there, he's an awesome guy. Not sure if you know either. Y'all go check each other out. I know Iron Dog and Mary, y'all are connected, but upside down. Are we better now? How about now? Okay, so I'm up the right way. Then we're good, because that's actually how I need it in order to plug my phone up. $10 so not a good, and it just didn't work out. But we're going to do the giveaway live Sunday night, so let everybody know why I didn't go live tonight for the giveaway and why we're going to do it Sunday instead. So what's up, Ant? How's it going, my man? Turkey Burger Ant in the house. See if I can set this up here. Actually, I'll just take y'all with me because I can do that now. Do y'all see my logo in the screen anywhere? I tried to, I'm using the Streamlabs app, and that's one of the things that you can do is put images in the screen. Because using the Streamlabs app, I'm guessing you can add background images and all that stuff, everything. So, most definitely. Hognose is roaming around. Tomorrow's feeding day for him, and he knows it. But you know, I've been working with him, and he was a little pissy bastard when I first got him, and he does so much better now. There we go. This is what I was looking for. This is in my room the whole time. Crazy, huh? So, how's everybody doing? Hello there, Fox Run Forge. How's it going? Alright, let's get this tripod set up here where we can talk. I love that y'all are chatting amongst one another. Is my picture quality look okay? I mean, it looks good on my end, but I keep getting this warning pop up saying that I need to change my let's see here. It says I need to change my bit rate to 2500. Let's see how we do that. So we got 4 people in the chat, and it doesn't show me how many likes I got. Maybe it's because I don't have any likes. I don't know. I'm just playing with y'all. But it really doesn't show me how many I have. I'm sure that there's something I can do about that. Anyways, we'll go to settings. There we go. Let's go down to 2,500. See how that does. Maybe the Streamlab current bitrate is 2719.92. The lower recommended bitrate that you use for your stream is 2,500. So I did that. There we go. And the message went away. So we're doing good now. I don't know if that is any better or not, but hey Justin, what's going on, buddy? Let's see here. Go to stream info. Okay, that is nothing. Go. Like I said, I'm just trying to work on this. That's good. I don't know if y'all see this or not, but so go back. That ain't it. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's see here. Advanced. Yeah, that's not it. And let's see if that works. So how's that? Are we still good, guys? What's up, Mimi? Or Meme? There how it goes. Anyways. I'm going to make a couple moderators here for me. Even though I have them selected on my channel, I know I do. Let's see here now. Video is good, sound is good, that's great. So, going live tonight was kind of crazy because, like I said, I forgot my kids were going to stay with their nana or their grandmother, and I used one of their Chromebooks in order to do so because I'm not at the 1,000 subscribers yet to go live mobilely. And I've tried to use this app before and it wouldn't let anybody come in until now. And Chris, I know me and you talked about it on the phone earlier just a few minutes ago. I didn't do anything different, literally. I checked when I went in. It says it gives you 3 options, and I always was picking the middle option, whatever that was, but this time I checked the first one. But it kind of leads you in that way to stream live to your channel, I think is what it is, and that's the option I chose. And then it was not giving me a video where you all could join in on chat and everything. And but this time I chose the first option, and here we are. So maybe that's what I need to do. Like, the reason I keep asking about my connection is I got a little message that keeps popping up, poor connection. So hopefully we do good and we stay live and all that good stuff, because it's very, very, very aggravating when you're trying to go live and then you've got a good conversation going, you got a good group of people in here with you, and all of a sudden you lose video and sound, and you see the people saying, "Where'd he go? You froze up." It drove me nuts the other night, because I literally went live, had probably 25 good people. You know, we had a good chat going, and then all of a sudden it stops. I moved into the kitchen area, the dining room area of my house, and we had another smaller live. There was like 5 or 6 people. Mary and both Chris Iron Dog Reptiles was in there, and that was a pretty good live too. But just it's not as many people, which is okay. Small is good sometimes too, because you can really get deep about some stuff. You know, this channel and your all's channels as well is not always about snakes. So, you know, life goes on. There's other aspects of life than snakes. And so, anybody have a topic they want to talk about while I'm live? I mean, I wasn't planning on doing a real lengthy live, but since I got 4 of you in here, we might as well talk about something. Well, thanks, Mary. I'm telling you, you need to start a YouTube channel. I know you said you're camera shy, but you know what? I watched YouTube videos for a couple years before I ever decided I was going to make a video. And all of a sudden, I don't know if y'all know who Aldo from Dark Science Reptiles is. He's pretty well known. He's got like 4,000 subs or something, maybe 3,000. But he made a video saying, you know, if you're thinking about YouTube, just do it. Just make the video and post it. And you don't even have to be on the camera, you know, just record yourself from, you know, for instance, Mary, you could just record your snakes and stay behind the video. But just that talking and interacting, you know, with the camera, it's kind of weird at first, I'm not going to lie. But I agree. I'm telling you, she would be awesome. And I'm not just saying this to be sexist or anything, but it seems like women do much better than the men when it comes to getting subscribers. I got a classic example is Brittany's Arachnids. She come in, you know, probably 6 months after I did. I'm sitting at like 200 subs. And I have like 60 videos, and like literally within like 4 videos, she's at like 700 subs, and it's crazy. I'm not mad at her. I mean, I was happy for her. I like Brittany, but even I don't think she's made a video in a while. But still, that's just an example. I'm telling you, Mary, you need to do it. I'm challenging you. Mary Python and the Holy Balls. Just make a YouTube video. Just do a recording of your collection. You don't even have to get in front of the camera or anything. I know. Iron Dog, I mean, you're exactly right. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've talked to my wife about this. You know, my wife is not an ugly woman. Even though I'm a beast. It's Beauty and the Beast, you know what I mean? I mean, look at me. I got the gray hair. I'm 280 pounds. I used to be fit, but married life, kids, you know. I like to eat too. Anyway, I've asked, you know, her to, she hates being in front of camera. I mean, hates it. And as you couldn't tell from my last video that I posted today, she does not want to be on the camera, but I can talk her into it, you know, let her, she'll pick herself up. She'll get on camera every now and then. But I actually thought about doing a segment on my YouTube channel and some of my videos, calling it Lessons with Linda. And basically she would take the knowledge that I have about certain things and I would have her speak it instead. Just because I'm wanting to see if that brings in, audience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if y'all think that's a bad idea, you can let me know. I mean, I have no problem with criticism. I take constructive criticism very well. I think it's an excellent idea. I mean, she's just a state below you. I think you're from Texas, right, Mary? And you got Oklahoma Chris there. I think you two are the only ones that are left in my chat. But it actually says that one of you is left in my chat, but I see both of you talking, so. Yeah, like she's up for it. Yeah, see, this is so weird to me. Like on the computer, it shows you, your likes, how many people's in the chat, the comments. Well, on this, the chat is over on the right hand side of the screen, blocking my face. Like I can't even see what I look like really, which is okay because I tend to look at me instead of the actual camera most of the time anyway, which I've been trying to break that habit. But anyway, that's just a boring topic. Anyway, so I think it's set in stone, Mary. I think you gotta go. I think you gotta make a video. I think you do well. I really do. How long have you been married, Mary? I know you said you had a husband. I was just wondering how long you've been married. Have Mary show off my snakes, and then all I would need is Samuel L. Jackson to narrate it. I wouldn't go with Samuel L. Jackson. I'd go with Morgan Freeman. He's like the narrator king. 20 years. It's a long time. I've been married going on 16 this year. I got married in 2004. In May of 2004, I met my wife. Okay? In July of 2004, I married her. But we dated for 2 months. I married her. We've been together ever since. And I'm pretty dang on sure that there was a lot of people that didn't agree with us getting married because of that. So, oh yeah, that date, I'm pretty good about dates, May 15th was when we started dating, and July 24th was our anniversary, so. And, I've seen people been that dated for 16, 17 years, literally that long. But most of what I'm talking about, I've seen people date 8 or 9 years and then they get married and then they end up getting divorced. See here, I'm missing some of these comments. Yes, 20 years is a milestone in this day and age, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of stress out there, and I've often thought if anything was probably going to get us divorced, it would probably be because of my snakes, and not because she's afraid of them, just because how much money I spend on them. I do spend quite a bit, which I've been starting to make that transition to where I'm actually putting money back into my pocket. The rats and the feeders. I do dubia roaches. I have 3 colonies of dubia roaches that I sell out of. I have 1 for my personal animals. I never pull from it to sell. That way I know I have feeders, I'm good. I've actually pulled from it to give breeders to the other colonies because it actually does so well on its own. But it's your first shared hobby. How long you been keeping, Mary? Yeah, my mom and dad were married for, let's see here, they got married in 1978. So you're looking at, what is that, 40 years in 2018? But my dad passed in 2015, and my mom passed in 2016, so 38 years they were married. You got your first snake last February. You know, that seems to be the norm. People get their first snake, and then within a year they'll have, you know, up to 10 or 11. And that's okay, you know, because I can be the icon, you know, the whole model, the frontline model that, what am I trying to say here? I can be the classic example of this hobby being addicting. I mean, just, I kept one snake for 7 years before I got my next one. And to be honest with you, she's quite a girl, and I've worked with her, held her. She bit the hell out of me all the time, and I really didn't do the amount of intensive research that I should have. You know, I thought fish tank, reptile carpet was the only things out there. What PetSmart had, I thought that was what you had to use. That's what they needed. And then one day I saw a pied or something. It's probably a pied. And I thought, what the heck? You know, this is really before, you know, YouTube was a big thing with the snakes. You know, I watch Snake Bites TV and stuff like that, but, you know, I don't know. I really didn't get into it till about 8 years after I got her. And then I actually got a lesser male, and then ended up trading him to 2 hatchling het pieds, who actually, the mom ended up being Emoji's mom. So, or one of the female ended up being Emoji's mom. So, how did you highlight my name? What do you mean? Oh, like do the red thing? I've often wondered that too. I think they just click on you, and maybe, I don't know. I can't never do it from a mobile device, but I always try to. I don't know how it shows up on their screen, but I always just type it out. But so it's that much better, huh? The video. Put the at before the name. So even if you use it, I've often wondered that. So if you do that from your mobile device, like if I'm watching a live and I put the at symbol in front of the name, it will literally highlight it. Cool. I got more stamps in today, so I'm just waiting on more stickers to come in, and I'll get a couple stickers out to you guys, which, you know, Mary and Iron Dog and Justin, y'all have stickers, right? It's just been a crazy day. I really wanted to do that giveaway video, and about 3 o'clock my mother-in-law calls wanting us to come early, or not early, wanting us to wait until 6 o'clock to pick her up and go get the recliners, and we were supposed to be there at 4. So that turned into my kids spending the night, which I never even thought about it. And I asked, you know, one of them if they wanted to stay, but no, they didn't want to, and I wasn't going to. to make them. But now, as long as this is going to work, this is the way I'm going to use it, because I don't like that Chromebook. It just doesn't work that well for me. It actually, I went back and watched a couple of those videos, and I just didn't like the video quality of it. So I think I'm going to stick with this. So far I like it. But I am going to try something right quick, because I did want to add a, let's see here, editor. That's not it. That's not it. Stream info. That's not it. Settings. Let's go here. Draw on top. I don't know what the heck that is. Draw on top. No, I don't like that. Well, now it's not allowing me to, like, I can move that Streamlabs up to that corner. But it gave me an option when I was getting ready to go live to add my logo in the bottom corner. And I added it on there, but it's not wanting to show up. Trav the Sav, what's going on, buddy? Doing all right? Long time no see. I think it's been since one of Anthony's lives since I've seen you. Yeah, it's been a while. You finally get that to come up red, huh? That's awesome. I got some cool breeding updates. I did say the other day that I thought my bamboo was in pre-lay shed, but she's not. She did shed, but it wasn't her pre-lay shed. She went right back to bowl wrapping. I felt her follicles again, and I didn't feel them the last time. And I thought, because once they get so big, you don't feel them. They just, feels like the snake. But I put my male in there. It'd been a few weeks since he'd been in, so basically within probably 6 hours they were locked up again. So I guess only time will tell. I know she's definitely building though, because she is bowl wrapping. She's actually soaking in her water dish earlier. The front part of her body, and the rest of it was wrapped around the bowl. And yeah, it's crazy. I think I'm gonna have a late season compared to last year. I think my first clutch last year was in April. So it just all depends what all my snakes want to do. If they want to build them up real fast, or if they want to take their time, it's all up to them anyway. I know I'm just ready. I got some vermiculite tubs ready last night, and well, I say vermiculite, but it's actually a vermiculite perlite mix that I use. Madman Serpent's back again. What's up, my brother? Old turkey burger madman. Heck yeah, Serge. That's all I drink, man. I'm telling you, I love that stuff. What's up, J-Dog? How's it going, buddy? Snake Bar Exotics Living Art. Yeah, this right here, man, it brings me back to when I was a kid. Get the Surge. Oh yeah, Surge. You wanna know how much I like it? I'll show you something. Right here on my rack. I don't know if you can see it back in here. I cut that out of the billboard from the gas station that I get my Surge at. Like, he had this display that where he sold it, like they did a whole campaign for charge. I didn't think about how big it was. So I just took a razor knife, cut out the big surge that was on the back of it, and there I taped it to my rack just as part of my sticker collection, I guess. At the time, I didn't have that many stickers, maybe 8. And those are I tried to get them back off, but it's going to tear them if I pull them, so I just left them. Maybe one day that side will be exposed again, but as of right now, no, it's not. Y'all ever just look at your snake room and think, I wonder if I can move this around to where I can fit more racks? I know y'all do. Don't tell me you don't. I'm looking at a huge area right here that has a window behind us, you know, right here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That window. And I often think, how far can I pull these tubs out right here and still fit a rack? And I'm thinking, you know, if as long as I stay as wide as the window, maybe because I need another rack for my sub-adults, you know, 28 quarts tubs. And I'm thinking at least I can go single, but I'm thinking I can almost go double and just put casters on it and wheel it one side to the other if I have to. But next year, and I've been looking at prices online. Yeah, I'm gonna probably dropping about 10 grand on some racks. I went the other day, and I'd never, as long as I've been doing this, I'll be honest with you, I've always used PVC or melamine, just because I couldn't justify spending $3,000 on a rack when I'm trying to justify, you know, buying the snakes. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds so bad, but it's I need to reword that. I'm investing money into my snakes and stuff, and they have, you know, quality housing. But anybody that knows, you know, pulling tubs in and out of the PVC and the melamine where it rubs the heat tape and stuff, compared, if you've ever messed with a Freedom Breeder or a ARS rack, I'm telling you, it is like day and night. It definitely made me make my mind up. I've been thinking about it for a couple years now, thinking of upgrading to those racks, and most definitely I am. So, anything y'all want to see? I don't care to pull anything out. Up to you guys. No, I don't have any clutches yet. I got one that's probably getting pretty close. I can show her to you. I need to go into the living room so I can smoke me a cigarette, but here, see if I can turn the camera angle around. Oh yeah, there we go. This girl right here, girl. Here is definitely a big girl. She weighs like 3,800. No joke. I mean, she's a big girl. This is my Hidden Genwoma special. I bred a Sterling Mojave to her this year. Last year I bred my chocolate jigsaw. And then I got another big girl right here. This is my ugly homemade rack. This is my ugly mean butter here. You know, I have 3 lessers. I have this one, and I have 2 other girls over there. But I can see a difference in their colors. And I've often heard, you know, that the butters are more yellowish when the actual Lessers have more of a brownish maroon tone to her. And she's definitely hungry. Yeah, the Special Gene has some amazing qualities it can do. Special pieds are awesome. But right here is one I'm excited about. And they are no longer locked, but they were earlier. And big old turd right there next to my bowl. I promise you that wasn't in there until I put him in there with her. You have no lesser? Buddy, we're going to change that. We'll catch you later, madman. Have a good one. Yeah, this is my ultra male. And I've paired him to my pastel bamboo. So, hopefully in a few years, he'll have a few girls that go on him. And then, one that I was excited about, but I don't think it's going to go anymore, was this girl. And that's my Orange Dream Het Clown. And I paired her up, and as soon as I did, she hit a wall. She hasn't eaten for me since, let's see here. Well, I started pairing her up in November. You see there, 11/23. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locks with my pastel clown. So she stopped eating on December the 13th, I think is what that said. Yeah. That was her last meal. So roughly 2 months ago. And she only weighs like 1,300 grams. And I paired her up thinking, you know, I'll get the feeder, she'll go through that stage where she wants to power feed. And basically, she stopped. And it's crazy. But while I got y'all in this position, I'll show you one of my newest additions here. And she just come out of a... This just come out. I just got a message from Garrett Hartle on Instagram, if y'all didn't hear that notification. But this right here is one of my newest additions I got. And she just come out of quarantine. Any guesses on what she is before I tell you? Recta-addict. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Hope you're having a good evening. Snake Bar, you are real close. Recta-addict, you're real close. You kind of go one and one. If you and Snake Bar would combine your guesses, you definitely have what she is. And that's a leopard lesser bee. I'll tell you how I got this girl. And this is the God's honest truth. I had a pewter female that I traded a pied male for. And why? Because I'm kind of heavy on my pied males. So I didn't need another one. And I'm wanting to go in that direction of using my banana pied more often. I do have a pied male that I can use and another pied male I can use. And he was just going to be eating my rats pretty much. I wasn't going to use him. So I wanted a pewter female to put to this guy or this guy. Either way, I was going to be able to go super cinnamon, but I was probably going to push her on this guy. And that's my Sterling Mojave, who is deep, deep blue right now. That's a BHB snake, by the way. Anyway, with the Sterling Mojave, everything would be pastel for sure. So If I did hit the super cinnamon, it would be a pastel super cinnamon. And of course, hold on one second. I just thought it was a fair deal. I'd be sitting pretty with my pastel super cinnamon that I've been wanting to produce. I know what everybody's thoughts are on the super cinnamon. Yes, they have kinking issues. Yes, there is that chance. But I've seen a lot of super cinnamons here locally, as a matter of fact, that don't have an issue at all. No duck billing, nothing. And I had good quality genetics pulled for them. Well, got the snake up to size, and then all of a sudden I throw a male in, because at this time she was like 1,800 grams, and I mean, she beefed up quick. She was right at 3 years old. She was ready. I seen bowl wrapping and everything, and males do that from time to time, but ended up he was a male, and I'd never witnessed two males fighting that bad. But I'm talking, I use the Stonewash water bowls. I'll show you right here. I don't smoke in my room that often. I need to stop. But anyway, you see that bowl? There's a reason I use them, and it's because they don't tip over as much. They're flat, all the way around, no lip that they can push up or anything. Those males knock that bowl over like that. And so I contacted the guy, got her from her. I'm like, buddy, something's going to have to give. I said, I traded you a male pied for a female pewter, and that's not what I got. And I actually sexed this snake multiple times throughout the year. I didn't probe. I should have probed. I should have went and bought me a probe kit and probed it, but I didn't. And every time I popped it, it would pop female. I saw what I thought were the horns and everything. And I can sex a snake, no problem. But this guy had so much muscle control, man, it was just crazy. And then one day, I pulled him out, sexed it, and pops out two big, blood red hemipenes. I took pictures of them, sent them to him. I said, something's got to give, buddy. I said, I didn't trade a pied male for a damn pewter male. And excuse me, pewter males, that's fine, but I don't need that. I have a sterling Mojave, which is pretty much like a pewter male on steroids. Guaranteed pastels, plus the Mojave gene added with it. I have a banana cinnamon that I could use in place of the pastel cinnamon. I don't need a male cinnamon. And I was like, either you're going to have to give that pied back, or we're going to do something else. That's how I got her. So he had actually had the pied out on a loan to somebody, so he said. I think he sold it, to be honest with you, because he had purchased a banana pied himself. He's a small time breeder. But when I got her, she was eat up in mites. Like, I really hated giving him that night. It was a nice pewter male. I mean, he was a dick, but other than that, he was beautiful. He had great genetics. And I really felt bad about giving it back to him and putting it in that condition. But, I mean, that's the business side of it. Anyway, I quarantined her. I treated her. Within a week, she was eating for me. Like, he said that she hadn't eaten in a couple months. And I said, probably because she has mites is why she's not eating. And that's exactly why. She's a heck of an eater. She's eat 3 times for me, and since I've been feeding her. And yeah, pretty much it. Let's see here. What are y'all talking about? Hey there, Elite. How's it going, my man? Long time no talk to. I think I seen you yesterday in Sean's live, but yeah. We got 7 people in here. What happened to Rep the Attic? Thanks, Aaron. I really want to get back into it. A bad breakup led to me losing my company and my dream. Yeah, that sucks. Did she take everything you had, pretty much? Yeah, 5 years is a good time to heal, so time to move on, you know. Let life be life. Let bygones be bygones. I'll be honest with y'all, I'm still floored about oh my God, Ben Rennick. Yeah, I could not believe that she did that. And you know, in order for them to hold her without bond, they got to have something on her. She knew about it, or like she done it, or she knew who done it and was there with them. I wish I was 30 again. I'm 30. I'll be 38 next month. So it seems like yesterday I was 30, to be honest with you. I mean, Mary, it just gets to me because I've listened to podcasts with her and Sean Bradley, and I've seen interviews with her and Brian Cusco. You know, you would not think that this girl did that. You know, she was so sincere and I don't know, she's a good actress, is all I can say, and a lot of people in this hobby did a lot for her, and there's some money that they'll never get back. She'll get what she has coming to her. I can imagine what Ben would be doing today. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about how far he would have evolved. I'm sure there would be just crazy amounts of the Sunset combos, and man, just crazy. Oh, I'll show you this guy here. Since my video quality's good, I don't care one bit to. And that is my newest pickup, which I'm very, very excited about. And that's this guy. He is 100% VPI, het VPI Xanthic. And I don't know if you noticed that attitude, but he is 100% het puzzle. And I don't know if you can see how light he is, coloration wise, but he is like almost like a lemon yellow with crazy oranges on the side. I mean, he almost looks like I don't know what, I mean, he just doesn't look normal. I mean, he's really light. I don't know, you know how normals look right before they lay their eggs, how they glow? That's what he looks like. I mean, just look at the blushing on that guy right there. That pattern right there almost looks like tiger stripes. Yeah, I've seen some. This come from J&K VPI Xanthics. Like everything that this guy runs has the VPI line Xanthic in it. Like any of his clowns are VPI Xanthic. Any of his pies are VPI Xanthic. Well, he had a puzzle that he had picked up that he put VPI Xanthic to, and I'm not lying. I've seen some. There's different lines of VPI Xanthic. Let me tell you, I've seen some that brown out and they look like a normal by the time they're 3 years old. Just a little lighter. And then I've seen some that are 5 years old and look like you photoshopped them and took all their color pigment out. They're still just as silver and gray as the day they were when they were hatched. I looked at one, as a matter of fact, the day that I got him from Steve over at Bourbon Balls. He's actually the guy I picked him up from. But he purchased him from J&K Exotics, and I got all his info, and stuff that I needed to make myself feel better about getting him. But, yeah. Steve has a nice BPI Xanthic pinstripe. And she is silver. I'll tell you, she is nice. It's not just the BPI Xanthics. You got to know what line. I mean, it's the same line, I guess, but just what has been bred back into it. I mean, you can kind of dilute that line. If you put a snake that's not as high quality into a high quality snake, what it's going to do is it's going to take the quality and it's going to make the quality go down on the high quality part of it, but then the low quality is going to make it come up. So you're going to meet in the middle, you know what I'm saying? And years of doing that. Put it this way, this guy has done some particular line breeding for years. And he has nailed the BPI Xanthic. So I may end up going back to him for the Xanthic part of his projects. But I'd love to be able to find another either BPI double het. I'd like to find either another double het BPI Xanthic puzzle, or maybe what I'd really like to do is get an Xanthic het puzzle. But that right there is going to cost. I know that for a fact. Not too many people selling them anyway. And the only reason that one got sold, I was told, was because he created 9.4. And he kept all 4 females for himself. And then I think he said 4 males as well. So he sold 5 males off, and that's one of them. Justin, you ain't late, buddy. You're just in time. And so are you, Will. You all were at Andy's live. That's right, he was live. Yep. I was going to go in there if I couldn't get this to work. But I made it work, so we're good. So, Mary and Iron Dog have been here the whole time. Have I had any lagging go on, or... Hello, Grandma Moses. I didn't know you was in here. How are you doing? See here, we got 8 people in the chat. No lag. We're great. Awesome. Thank you. I've had very little, Mary Python says, so okay, we're good. So as long as I sit still. What is your page name? Mark Grigoli. 8 awesome peeps. Yes, 8 awesome people. You're 100% right. Yeah, you did. You want to see another one? I don't know if you was in here when I showed these right here, but I don't care one bit to show anymore. Hello, Andy. How's it going? The party is now started. Andy is here in the house. I think you're right, Will. He might be stalking you, buddy. Okay, I got one for you. I've had him out several times today. And let's see him here. And this is a good sized boy for his age. And this is my Mystic Potion Gryffindor. Oh, I call him Griff though. He's a good boy. He is a very hungry boy all the time, but as you can see, he is definitely well fed. He's actually a little on the chubby side for my liking, but he's breeding 2 females. I am not going to deny him a meal. As long as he keeps eating during breeding season, I am happy. So many males go off food this time of year and lose a lot of weight. You just don't. If you're not real into breeding, then you don't really know what I'm talking about. But I'm sure you know you've had your males go off food, you know. I know a few of y'all know what I'm talking about. For sure, people like Andy and Iron Dog and Mary and anybody that keeps over, 20 snakes and breeds. So I want to breed 2 females, send them my way. Will, if you need him, you let me know, buddy. I would not have a problem if you really need him. We'll have to work something out with that, of course, but I trust you. I got a good story for you here. So, back when I had some inventory for sale, I posted in this Facebook group that I'm on. It's Kentucky Reptiles and Rescues. And the way you do it, you have to follow the Facebook rules. You're not allowed to post snake for sale. You just post rehoming some snakes. And I posted some pictures of what I had. And I had a few Mojave pewters, 3 or 2 to be exact. I had a couple bumblebees. Let's see here. I had a pastel het clown, couple het pieds. I had some nicer snakes. I had my boas for sale. And this girl contacts me. And she takes, I guess, saved my pictures to her phone. And sends me a message. What do you want for these 9 snakes? Well, if you take all of them, I gave her a good price. What I thought they were worth. I'm not going to lie to you. I told her $1,100. Because some of them were worth $300. Another one was one that Todd actually ended up getting. And that was the chocolate pin Hidden Gene Woma Paw Special. And that was a powerhouse boy there he got. But nonetheless, she hits me back with a couple pictures of one was a desert female. No, yeah, a desert female, I think. No, maybe desert male. No, they were females. A desert female, which I know there's something up with that gene, like they don't reproduce or something. And a new gene. And yeah, it did look a little different from what I'd seen, but nothing that really, I was like, oh. Anyway, she hits me up, sends me a picture of a retic, and it ended up being I can't remember what it was, but anyway, you looked up the snake and it was worth like $1,500. It was a nice snake, I'm not gonna lie. Male, of course. And then, no joke, she's like, I need to borrow a clown male, and I know you have a pastel clown. Can I borrow him? And I'm like, borrow him? What do you mean, just borrow him? And She's like, I need to pair him up to these two females, and one being that desert female, and the other being the new gene. I was like, okay, so what are you wanting to work out? You know, what are we wanting to do? You know, usually you help sire a clutch with your nice male that I had compared to what she had. You know, you get half the clutch, or you get pick of the clutch. You know, that's fair to me, if I'm not mistaken, if that's not the going rate. If you sire the clutch, you should either get half of the eggs, not knowing what they are, or you take one snake, your first pick. She's like, oh, I can't do that. I'll give you one though, but I pick it. I'm like, just one? And she's like, yeah, just one. I can't give you all of them. She's like, this is a recessive. It'll be a het. I said, oh, so you've proved it out. Well, no, I haven't proved. I've only bred it once. I'm like, listen, you can't call it a recessive unless you proved it to be recessive. Meaning that you don't see anything when it's bred to a normal, yet when you breed the babies back to it, then you see it again. You know, that's how it goes. And it pissed me off because she's like, I want to do just the, I'll pick it, but you'll get a baby out of the deal. I'm like, I'm not sending a male to someone I don't know who. I live in Kentucky and she lives in West Virginia. I'm like, you know, the best thing for you to do is go to your next reptile expo and drop $400 and get you a pastel male, a pastel clown male, because that's about what they go for. If you want a lower end one, you're going to pay $300. If you want a nice high quality pastel male, you're probably going to pay $450. Yeah, I'm not going to jeopardize my male because he's already seeing 6 females here. Why would I jeopardize my male? And guarantee you, if I'd have shipped him to her, I'd have never seen him again. Yeah, that's just a crazy story. Like, I wouldn't even ask that. And if I did, like, say somebody had a female puzzle that they wanted to put my exanthic puzzle to, I would say, yeah, let's go for it. Let's split the clutch. And since you got the visual, if it's an odd number, you get the extra egg. That's just how I am. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, she definitely was out of her mind. Definitely. I think she was like out of mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think she's on something. But just crazy. There you go, Griffey boy. You want to go home? You've had a rough day. You've been out a couple of times, haven't you? Had some people come over and get some roaches off of me earlier. And the woman had been here before and she'd seen some of my snakes. But her husband hadn't, and she was wanting to show him. I mean, they had good timing too. It was like, I was needing to go at like 5 o'clock to leave to go pick up my mother-in-law at 6, and next thing you know, they're here at 4:30. So, I used to get 1,000 and pick of the litter with my male American Bulldog, but guaranteed genetics to be like him. Yeah, that's a fair deal though. Yeah, see, like, I would partner with a couple in here that I've known for a while. Like Will, I would have no problem partnering with you. I would have no problem partnering with Mary or Chris. You know, everybody else, I like you, but I really don't know y'all that well. And I mean, not saying I wouldn't eventually, but you know what I mean. You got to build a relationship with somebody. I keep looking at the chat, and I know it's probably aggravating you all because I'm not looking at you. I keep looking over here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think she was kind of special. And not in a good way. But, yeah. Let's see here. What can I show you guys? Have y'all seen my albino? You ever seen my albino? She's a big girl. I'll get her out. She is possibly gravid, but like she stopped walking with my male about a month ago. Like the last time I paired them, they didn't walk. At least I didn't see it anyway. Come on, baby girl. There we go. Anyways, this here is Honey, and she's a good size albino girl. And she feels like she's nice and plump, you know, but I don't know. She's got a weird tongue click. You see how she'll do her tongue there? And she's been like that since I've had her. And I've had her going on 4 years. But she'll kind of, sometimes, you know how like the vine snakes that stick their tongue out straight out and not move it? She'll do that. She was doing it when I had her down here, but then she stopped. See if I can get her to do it on camera here. But she's such a sweet girl. But she's a girthy girl too. Pink belly getting ready to go through shed. But yeah, this is Honey. She's my albino. The guy that I got her from tried to tell me she was black pastel albino, and I was like, no way, she's black pastel. She's a regular albino. I didn't give her black pastel price either. But that's a regular albino all day long. You know, if the alien heads would have been more, you know, like this one here, all the way down, I could believe that. Because, to be honest with you, they're kind of hard to disguise sometimes. But you just know, because the black pastel albinos are just so vibrant. But I mean, she's a beautiful girl. She's got some good tones to her. You really can't see it on camera, but like each one of those alien heads has like a bright orangish line. And I mean, she's a quality albino too. She's a BHB snake. I think the guy's just full of crap. I don't even know. I don't have paperwork on her, so I don't know if he actually bought him from BHB or not. I just have to. I go by what he told me when I bought her. I bought her with the rest of his collection, pretty much. When I left his house, he had 4 snakes left, and I took the rest of them. He only had 16, so I took 12. Got an amazing deal too. Sure did. And yeah, she's got some good colors. And every now and then, you know, on the white, there'll be a single yellow scale, kind of like a mixing. I think we've all heard of prehistoric pets. Oh, Jay Brewer, he's the man when it comes to retics. I'm gonna palpate her and just see if I feel anything. I've been feeling follicles with her, but she's been hanging out on the hot side an awful lot. she may end up going for me, guys, because I felt 6 pretty good size follicles, I would say, that are probably right at 30 millimeters, probably, you know, about that big. So definitely I'm thinking about getting an ultrasound, because I seen one being used the other day. I actually got to play with it some. So much easier than palpation. And I know everybody's, you know, jumping on this bandwagon to go to Breeders' Circle and get theirs for $2,000 or $1,500, whatever it is. But I have a link that I'm going to probably end up sharing on one of my videos that Steve gave me the other day when I was at his house. And it's on eBay, and I think he said he paid $800 for the whole ultrasound, and the only difference was it didn't have the foot pedal that you freeze frame with. Shit. Can I be honest with you, Justin? How you doing, by the way? I just now seen you come, that you was in here. You may have been in here for a while. But I'll be honest with you, Justin. Atomic Reptiles, Justin. I wasn't able to feel follicles until last year. Like, I did not know what to feel for. I just feel a bunch of lumps. And depending at where they're at on their body, you know, you can feel the remnants of a rat being digested and it pull you. Or you can feel nothing and not know what it is. Your finger positioning is quite important. You want to feel, you know, do like this. And a lot of people try to do this and try to feel in that way, but then you then go around your fingers. But I've had the best luck doing like this and feeling that as they pass through your hands. You gotta give them a little bit of pressure, but not too much. There you go. I agree with Mary. Hit that like button, y'all. And there is Going Youper. Yes, I use 2 hands, you know. I pretty much hold the lower part of her body, let her go over into the tub, and my hand's right here holding her up, letting her go down in the tub. Don't let her touch the actual tub because it can mess with you. Does me anyway. But I'll do like this and hold her down here and let her just slide. And as much as you want to do like this, don't. Stay still and let her go through you. That's the biggest thing that I had to do. Yep, I do, Justin. You was it a big alligator snapper turtle that you held, Jay? I want to grab like one about the size of Bowser, about 110, 125 pounds, you know. Hey, I know you're good, Justin. You're all good. You know I got love for you too, my man. Like a brother. And that's honest. A lot of y'all are like, y'all are my family, you know what I mean? You all get me. We're all twisted up here, right? Because we keep these crazy animals. Saw this guy's video last night. I don't know if y'all know Hazel's Reptiles. But she's a nice girl, you know. Everybody has their own personal issues. Whether or not you want to put them out here on video for people to pick you apart, that's up to you. I tend not to do that. I don't care about showing something bad. But I'm not going to put my personal life on YouTube or any social media for that matter. And I just started, watching some videos, last couple days just because somebody said, hey, check out Hazel's Reptiles. She's in my chat all the time. I think it was Killer Whale who was in here earlier. It was his live chat. And I'd seen somebody that said, don't trust that evil bitch Hazel's Reptiles. I'm like, what the heck? She doesn't seem that evil to me. The video I watched was one of her getting bit by her boa in the mouth where she gave it a kiss. I reckon it bit her. And then one was another video of saying, it's healing. This is what it looks like now, and you couldn't hardly tell nothing on the first video. There's a little boa that bit her, but nonetheless, this guy's like tearing her apart. Don't do that crap. I mean, it does no good. But anyway, he's like, one of these days, that snake that you're holding is going to kill you. Don't do that. Learn. You don't do that with a snake. Put it around your neck and all that stuff. It's going to kill you. He's talking about a ball python. I'm like, dude, you need some education. So I gave it to him. I was like, I doubt. I commented on the video. I doubt a ball python is going to kill her. That's all I said. And he comes back and says, okay. How do you effing know? And I'm like, well, okay, come watch my channel and I'll show you how I know. I'm not going to go and do it here. But just people in general need to be educated. And it really irks me when I'm at a gas station the other day. Here's another story. And they're talking about snakes because the gas station I stop at, that I get my surge at, I've been going there for years. He knows I breed snakes and he asks me about them all the time. He'll be like, how's the snakes, Robert? I'm like, okay, they're doing great, and if there's people around, they get interested, like, what, snakes? And you keep snakes? And I'm like, yeah, sure do. So I walk outside. I think I'm leaving. My wife calls me, hey, can you run back? Are you still at the store? I need something. I run back in there, grab her a couple of nos. That's what she drinks. And I hear them talking about snakes still. And then all of a sudden, this woman, she's probably mid-50s, said, my vet told me that he had this woman come in there and wanting to know why the snake kept getting out of the enclosure and laying next to her in the bed, so that she'd wake up and the snake could be in the bed with her. And that the vet told her that the reason that snake was doing that was because it was sizing her up to eat her. And I just lost it. Oh, this poor woman, I'm like, I want to know what vet that was. I mean, she looked at me like, what? I don't know his name. I'm like, you just said my vet. I said, who is it? Because I want to tell him how full of shit he is. No snake is going to be sizing up a human in the bed. For one, if somebody has a snake, they probably have an enclosure for it. And yes, they do escape. But they're not going to come crawl in the bed with you and say, scoot over, give me some blanket. That ain't happening. She's read this story on the internet, and I guarantee it just irks me when I hear stuff like that. I mean, what's some of the stuff that aggravate you all that y'all hear? For instance, I guarantee I know one. And if you live in the country, you probably hear the only good snake's a dead snake. Yes. That was probably the story she was talking about, but she tried to act like it was her own. Like she was personally connected with this person because it was her vet. And yeah, she's full of shit. I called her out big time. Yes, is it poisonous? Is a lot of things I get. that doesn't sound weird at all, Justin. I mean, I have a lot of them that if I hold them in my chair or something, they'll tuck themselves right here, wrap around my arm somewhat, and just tuck in. They'll stay there forever. What your mother-in-law do? Like, say the annoying phrases that I'm trying to talk about. That's my wife's granny got me good one time. She told my wife that I had the devil in me because snakes were connected with the devil, and that I was attracted to them because the devil had a hold of me. I'll tell you right now, it just irks me because people just don't know, and I try to educate them, and they're like, you're disgusting. I'm like, no, I'm being serious. And I compare it to dogs all the time. Like, if you go up to a wild dog, it's going to eat your face off. Like, if you was to go up to a coyote or a wolf in the wild, it's going to eat your face off. That's if it doesn't even run away. And that's exactly what a snake in the wild would do. They're going to try to get away from you, first off. And then when they can't, that's when they're going to try to defend themselves because they don't know what you are. All they see is a potential predator. Well, captive snakes are totally different because, you work with them every day. They're used to you, just like dogs. A domesticated dog, a house dog, is not like a wolf or a coyote, but yet they're the same, if you ask me. That's just how I compare it to let people know, this is different than going out in the wild and seeing a copperhead or a black rat snake or cow sucker or something or a rattlesnake. It's just not the same. Mary, I am terrified of Chihuahuas, and that's the God's honest truth. The little toy ones, but no joke, Chihuahuas are not my favorite dog. I'm a dog person, I am, but I'm a big dog person. Like, the bigger the better. Like, I done told my wife there's 2 dogs that I'm gonna purchase, and they're gonna cost at least $3,000 to $4,000 a piece. One is I want a blue English Mastiff. That would be my first choice if I could find one. And I've seen them, but I know they're gonna cost like a fortune. Or I want a Cane Corso. Those are one of those 2 dogs is gonna be my next dog after my pit bull. And she's getting up there in age. She is 8 years old. She's starting to get a little bit slower in her old age and stuff like that. But yeah, I know they're out there, but where? That's what I'm like to do. I'm going to find out where. An Argentine Dogo. Is that what that is? Dogo. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Mine aren't yappers either. Huh? You sew their mouth shut? Because I've never met a Chihuahua that wasn't a yapper. My mom and dad had one, and it was a toy Chihuahua. And his markings looked just like a Rottweiler. And I often said, he's looked in one of those mirrors that make him look giant. And he thinks he's a Rottweiler, or thought he was. He's no longer with us, and neither is my parents, but when they were still alive, he was something else. He ruled the house. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs, and Chihuahuas don't really bother me. They're just not my preference. Little ankle biters, you were exactly right, Mark. And actually, my mom and dad raised Pekingese. They bred them for quite a few years. So I know all about them ankle biters. Pekingese are very social, but they're very one owner pet. Like, We had, growing up, I probably had 5 or 6 in the house at one time, all at one time for several years. And they each one would pick a person to go to. And I had one, and it was the only black one that they ever bred. He was solid black. And I named him Rambo. And I remember because his mucus membrane when he was born was wrapped around his head and actually inside of his lungs. Like he wasn't breathing or nothing. My mom called her vet, what doesn't he do? They were like, okay, get a chair, sit in the front of it, like this, and then take this dog and just start slinging it through your legs as hard as you can. And she did it, and literally about 10 or 15 seconds later, you hear the whimper. And then, she basically slung all that stuff out of his lungs to where he could breathe. And it messed with him, how he sounded. He's like, rah, 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 like he couldn't bark normal. And I named him Rambo, and he was my boy. And let me tell you, he was a mean one. He bit my mom and dad all the time. Like he hated them. But yet, he was my dog. Irish Wolfhounds are awesome. They're a beautiful dog. But I do like the English Mastiff. I know I'm going to have to get some slobber guards and put them everywhere in my house, but I just love big dogs. Oh, well, guys, I'll tell you right now, it's 12:30 and 5 o'clock gets awful early in the morning. Tomorrow's my first day back after a week of work. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on my chat here, but I wasn't even planning to go live. Like this was a trial, so it turned into a live chat. So I do appreciate y'all hanging out. Definitely, if y'all aren't connected with one another, make sure you do so. I'm probably going to end this in the next 6 or 7 minutes. But I'll give y'all a chance to connect. Same with you, Jason. You're an awesome guy. Mark, thank you for coming. You're awesome as well. Thank you for hitting that like button. Yes, everybody hit the like button. It does me a lot of favors. It does me a lot of good. Jason, my stickers should be in sometime next week. I will get them out to you, but if you don't care, send me your address on Instagram, and then I'll get it mailed out to you. Hey, Justin, Atomic Reptiles, I got a question for you. Hold on one second. Cut your eggs. When you and Greg cut your eggs, you had those pair of scissors. Did you ever get any good cutting scissors? Because I got, there's a flea market